from around the world. Search and rescue efforts continue in the wreckage of buildings destroyed by the earthquake in Turkey and Syria as the death toll climbs above 11,500. Marian Enriquez with the report.
Using his bare hands, this rescuer dug frantically in a collapsed building in Jandari, Syria. A hand was seen sticking out from under the rubble. After a few minutes of digging, a child could be heard crying. Rescuers didn't waste any time as they continued digging until the little girl emerged.
حكي البابا حكي ايوه ما شاء الله ما شاء الله هيك البابا حكي يا بابا حكي يا بابا الحمد لله على السلامه يا عمو الحمد لله على السلامه يا عمو هارون يلا 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 ساعدني لا تسحب راسك ساعدني يلا
Not far away, a young boy was also rescued, but this time the child was barely conscious. Rescue missions continued until sunset. In the town of Idlib, a whole family was saved from a collapsed building. Rescuers were filled with emotion regarding what they consider a miracle in the midst of tragedy. In Malatya City, Turkey, which is one of the hardest hit by the earthquake, snow is everywhere. Survivors only had these tents for shelter. A state of calamity in devastated areas in Turkey has already been declared. Over 11,500 individuals have been killed in Syria and Turkey. Thousands have been injured and many are still missing, including two of our kababayans in Hatay, Turkey. According to a Filipino community there, one of them is presumed dead, according to her employer. There's also another family of Filipinos under the rubble and waiting to be rescued. Meanwhile, we were able to talk to 50-year-old Filipino Liza Sengiz, who is also based in Hatay. They continue to experience aftershocks and still can't go back to their house. They had to spend the night in her brother-in-law's car.
Hindi ako makaiyak, gusto kong umiyak, gusto kong sumigaw mula nang mag-umpisa na maglindol. Kasi yung parang experience mo ba na sa buong buhay mo. Parang hindi mo lang, nagpapasalamat ka buhay ka, pero yung dagok na bilin niya.
They also still have not received any relief goods and are in dire need of thermal wear, blankets, and tents.
Sana matulungan kami nila rito mga Pilipina. Kasi wala kami matakbuhan dito, wala kami mga pamilya dito.
The Foreign Affairs Department meanwhile said that there are about 300 Filipinos affected by the earthquake. The 87-man team that will be deployed by the Philippine government to help in rescue and relief operations is expected to leave the country tonight. Other countries such as China, the United States, and South Korea have sent rescue workers and aid to Turkey and Syria. The Vatican and Pope Francis, meanwhile, have also offered prayers and appealed for help for the victims of the earthquake. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
The Turkish government admits challenges in relief efforts following the magnitude 7.8 earthquake. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan said, though, that rescue operations are now working normally. This comes amid anger from those left destitute and frustrated over the slow arrival of rescue teams. Many Turks have complained of lack of equipment, expertise, and support to rescue those still trapped. There were similar scenes in neighboring Syria, where parts were also hard hit by the major tremor. We will be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here in One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. U.S. President Joe Biden told Congress to work with him and, quote, finish the job of rebuilding the economy and uniting the nation in his State of the Union address. During the address, Biden touted dramatic economic improvement following the pandemic. The president also declared U.S. democracy to be bruised, but remains to be, quote, unbowed and unbroken after surviving its biggest test since the Civil War. Biden also implored Republicans to stop fighting as he extended an olive branch to the new Speaker of the House, Republican Kevin McCarthy. The U.S. leader said he believes a bitterly divided Congress can still make laws in the year ahead.
But I think the people sent us a clear message. Fighting for the sake of fighting, power for the sake of power, conflict for the sake of conflict gets us nowhere. That's always been my vision of our country, and I know it's many of yours. To restore the soul of this nation, to rebuild the backbone of America, America's middle class, and to unite the country. We've been sent here to finish the job, in my view.
Still on Biden's State of the Union address, Republicans got riled up by the U.S. President's speech on Medicare and Social Security. Biden suggested that Republicans had fallen in line behind a proposal to put the continued existence of those two programs to a vote every 5 years. In response, Republicans in the House chamber hollered and booed and shouted, "Liar!" Let's listen in.
Look, no president added more to the national debt in any 4 years than my predecessor. Nearly 25% of the entire national debt that took over 200 years to accumulate was added by just one administration alone, the last one. They're the facts. Check it out. Check it out. How did Congress respond to that debt? They did the right thing. They lifted the debt ceiling 3 times without preconditions or crisis. They paid American bills to prevent an economic disaster in the country. So tonight I'm asking the Congress to follow suit. Let's commit here tonight to the full faith and credit of the United States of America will never, ever be questioned. Some of my Republican friends want to take the economy hostage. I get it, unless I agree to their economic plans. All of you at home should know what those plans are. Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Let me give you, anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I'll give you a copy of the proposal. That means Congress doesn't vote. Well, I'm glad to see you. No, I tell you, I enjoy conversion. You know, it means if Congress doesn't keep the programs the way they are, they'd go away. Other Republicans say, I'm not saying it's a majority of you. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. Let's all agree, and we apparently are. Let's stand up for seniors.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us again at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register an account now at signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Coming right up is Agenda at 8 a.m. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News. All sides, all the time.